Do you remember the wild theories from a few years back that Franklin is CJ's son? Well, this is none of that shit, don't worry. Today, we're going to be taking a look at how similar CJ and Franklin are as characters, as well as comparing them to other characters, more specifically, the supporting characters of Lamar Davis in Franklin's case and Sweet in CJ's case. So let's start with their ambitions. CJ and Franklin are both young guys in their 20s who are very ambitious and want to do something with their lives, and ultimately, they want to leave the gang lifestyle behind. And they both have someone that's holding them back. Franklin has Lamar,
I know these streets,
who is his childhood best friend, and unlike Franklin, Lamar seems to be perfectly happy and satisfied right where he is, selling drugs and being a Chamberlain Hills gangster. Unlike Franklin though, he shows no intentions or ambitions whatsoever to leave the lifestyle of a gangbanger, and sees this as the only way of living. The same exact behavior can be seen with Sweet from GTA San Andreas, who is of course CJ's older brother. Now, Sweet in my opinion is even more extreme in this than Lamar. He's constantly nagging CJ about how the only thing that's important in life is the Grove Street families, unlike Franklin, who really does move to Vinewood and in a big way kind of loses touch with his old life. CJ at first still tries to help out Sweet with getting the gang back together. However, while Sweet is in prison and the gang falls apart, CJ makes a lot of connections, becomes a very rich businessman, and even gets Sweet out of prison, thanks to the absolute suicide stunts that CJ did for Mike Torino towards the end of the game. And this is the part where many of us hate Sweet, because the guy is so ungrateful and lays into CJ in this scene that's on screen right now after everything that he's been through just to save him and or get him out of prison. Now, with Franklin and Lamar, it's a bit different. Yes, Franklin does make a lot of money, especially while being on his heist spree, more specifically in the Big Score mission. He makes a lot of money with Michael and Trevor, but Lamar is nowhere near as aggressive as Sweet. Lamar instead mocks Franklin, and he is likely of the mindset that Franklin will never become a big-time criminal and will likely return to the gang lifestyle that he's been a part of for so many years. And Lamar is, in my opinion, nowhere near as ungrateful, considering that Franklin saved his life multiple times throughout the game. And just like CJ for Sweet, Franklin has been through a lot for Lamar. Some of the best examples of this are missions such as Hood Safari or Lamar Down, and to an extent even the Long Stretch mission. But what about when the stories of the games came to an end? How was the dynamic between these guys after everything that happened throughout the storylines? Well, unlike Lamar, who didn't really keep pushing Franklin to go back to his old life and actually accepted his new friends, as well as stayed his friend and likely will stay his friend for life, Sweet was different, and that's not to say that the Johnson brothers were on bad terms by any means. But Sweet's behavior, while it has definitely changed and his attitude has improved, at least towards CJ, he really has not changed all that much if you take a closer look at it. While CJ likely went on tour with Mad Dog and Kendall kept managing the businesses, likely with the help of Caesar, Sweet was still set on leading the Grove Street families when he really didn't need to. His brother pretty much set the guy up for life, but he still made the choice to get back to being a gangbanger. And with Franklin and Lamar, we gotta analyze the contract DLC from 2021, which shows that Lamar is now also trying to go somewhat legit with his new weed business, and Franklin helps him out, and it seems like the two are just as good friends, if not better friends than when we left them in 2013. Sure, there is still their usual bickering, nonetheless, they are still on good terms. Unfortunately, we don't really know what happened to Sweet after the events of GTA San Andreas, but we can speculate that CJ is living the life of a very wealthy businessman. And that's pretty much it for this little Grand Theft Auto San Andreas / GTA 5 lore video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like what I do here on YouTube, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the YouTube channel. I do a lot of other stuff like GTA, Uncharted, and Kingdom Hearts. And until the next video stream, thanks so much for watching, and bye bye.